Good morning. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, no, wrong story. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to go for a little bit of a walk in my woods. I've talked about my woods before, and you guys have told me you'd like to see my woods. So let's go see my woods. All right? Well, so here's my yard, my front yard. I live kind of out in the swamp. So my front yard has some trees, some fruit trees, lots of lawn, way too much lawn. And then over here is my garden. We're getting ready to get our garden going. Oh, this big leafy stuff here. This is rhubarb. If you don't know what rhubarb is, you really should try some. It's very good. It's kind of sour, but makes really good pies and dump cake, that kind of stuff. I brought along a bag to collect some things, so I'm going to put some of this rhubarb in my bag. I'll pick a smaller leaf. There's my little rhubarb leaf. Put that in my bag. Ooh, look at all these dandelions. You know, bees really like dandelions. I'm going to pick some dandelions to put in my bag. Dandelions are such bright and cheery flowers. Some dandelions in my bag. Let's see. What else? Here's my dog Sky. She's chewing on her bone. Oh, I've got a lot of grape hyacinths here. I need to come over here and do some work on my flower bed. I'm going to pick some grape hyacinths to put in my bag. Put those in there. There's my bleeding hearts are coming up. And my phlox starting to bloom. Oh boy, yeah, I've got a lot of work to do over here, don't I? It's getting pretty wild in there. What else can I find walking in my woods? Let's go down here. Ooh, there's my candy tuft. Maybe I'll pick a little bit of that to put in my bag. Oh, and here's some wild mint. That's usually growing everywhere. Let's put some of that in. Some kale still growing in my garden. Let's get a nice leaf of kale, shall we? Oh, there's some of my daffodils. Most of them have already finished blooming, but I've got a few that are still coming on. Oh, I just planted these poppies here under my tree. They're looking pretty healthy. Oh, I see that some of them are finished blooming. I'm going to collect these petals. Wonder if there's something I could do with those petals. I've been working down here. I've been clearing leaves. All the leaves came here in a big pile, so I've been hauling them up to my garden so that we can use them to compost. And over here, we had some trees fall down. That one right there just fell down about 2 weeks ago. We were in the house working and we heard a big whomp. And that big tree fell right down. So now we've got all these piles of branches. And got this place here where we need to do some cleaning. This is my chipper. And I put branches in it. And it gives me wood chips to use in my garden. Now Mr. Harvey's got some stuff all set up. This tree right here, this big maple tree, we're a little bit worried about the top of it coming down. So we're going to cut the top of it off where we can decide where it lands. And then the rest of the tree will be healthier if we take off some of it and let the rest of it grow. Here's my pond. There's a problem with my pond. The problem is that no water is going out. Oh, look at that butterfly. No water is going out of my pond and no water is coming into my pond. And that's a problem. Water needs to go out and water needs to come in so that it stays fresh. Otherwise, it starts getting lots of algae growing in it. And it's not fresh water anymore. Oh, look at all these little heart leaves here. This is sometimes called lily of the valley, sometimes called Solomon's seal. I'm going to put some of those leaves in my bag. Ooh, and here's some little pink flowers that are growing on some of my bushes. Gather some of those. Got something in mind I'm planning to do with these things that we're gathering. Sky, what you doing back there? Uh-huh. A beaver came to my pond last winter. You can see right there. He chewed that tree and made it fall down. We were not happy with him about that. And then he chewed some other sticks. And then he started to build a den right here. You can see that. But he didn't do a very good job of it and it fell down. And Mr. Beaver decided to go somewhere else. We don't know where he went, but he left. Here's my water lilies. I hope they... Look at that. It's some horsetail ferns coming up. We'll put those in our bag too. Maybe something we could do with those. I've got some little ferns coming up along there, but that beaver, he sure did a number on our pathway there. Actually, we haven't come back here for a while because another big tree fell down. And we haven't gotten it all cleared away yet. I'm going to have to, though, because we have to get back in there to fix the little stream that comes into our pond. Got to fix that so that the pond stays clean. Now let's walk down this path, see what we find. Oh, look at that. Some garbage blew out of the garbage can. Put it up here, and I'll get it when I come back. That's where the big tree fell down. Came down right at the root. It was pretty impressive. Oh, look at that. Mr. Harvey's dad has been busy mowing the pathway. Ooh, I'm going to pick some bleeding hearts here in the woods and put those in our bag. Oh, and here are some little blue flowers, are called forget-me-nots. Pick some of those, put them in a bag.
Look at all the forget-me-nots there. Lots of bleeding hearts over here. Here we go down the path, and here's the bridge. Goes across a little creek. Hello, little creek. And down this path, oh, here's a balsam. Look at that. Let's take a little piece of balsam. Oh, it sure smells good. Here's some nice big leaves. I'll take one of those. Oh, here's a dandelion leaf. Dandelions, actually, you can eat them. You have to cook them and stuff. You gotta look it up and do it right, because otherwise they're pretty bitter tasting. But they're very good for you. Oh, there goes Sky. She likes to run on these woods. I think she can tell that the coyotes have been out here. Oh, no, you say coyotes here, don't you? I said coyotes and nobody knew what I was talking about. Coyotes. They like to come on our path too. We see them. We'll do that path another day. Let's turn and go on this path here. Oh, look at all those big trees back in there. Big cedar tree. Oh, and look, here we are back at the little bridge in the little creek. Well, let's go back to the house and we will see maybe what we can do with some of these things that we've gathered.
So when you're gathering things for this project, there's a couple things you got to be careful of. See this plant right there? It's called stinging nettle. And stinging nettles are an important plant. They're actually very good for you to eat them. And people can make cloth out of the fibers, but you have to handle them only with your gloves. And then if you pick them and cook them, then they're good to eat because the sting goes away. But you can't touch them with your bare hands before they're cooked because they have little stings on them. And the other plant that you have to be careful about is blackberry vines, because they have stickers on them and they can hurt when you touch them. But they grow very delicious blackberries. Well, hi. Here we are back from our walk. There's some things that I collected in my backpack. And I have a hammer and some paper towel and a piece of paper. I'm going to take my things out of my backpack that I collected, all of these plants. Remember when we did another field trip and we on the first day of spring we went and got some things and then we made a self-portrait with them. Remember that? So I'm going to try another kind of picture making with all of these flowers and leaves and things that we collected in the woods. I'm just going to put them, let's see, maybe I will just make a bouquet. I'm going to put that yellow flower there, some of these poppy petals. Oh, I found this pretty little pansy. Put that right there. And oh yeah, can't forget the grape hyacinths. And put some more dandelions in there. This plant is called plantain. And when you tear it, you can see little ribs and sometimes there's strings sticking out. But this plant, when I get stung by a bee, I pick a leaf of this and I kind of chew it up a little bit and I put it on the bee sting and it makes it feel much better. This plantain is another plant that you can use actually for medicine. Put that right there. Oh, here's my dandelion leaf. I'm going to put it here. And I like the look of this leaf. I'm going to set it right there. Wonder if white will show up on white paper. I'll give it a try. Oh yes, some of my bleeding hearts. And ooh, some forget-me-nots, those little blue flowers. Put them there. I was curious to see what that would do, so I'm going to put it right there. Oh, my rhubarb leaf. Better put him right up here at the top. And these little pink flowers, these are salmonberry flowers from the woods. I'm going to put some grass on there to see what that does. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to try some mint. I've got a space right there. All right, my paper is filled up. So now I'm going to take the paper towel. I'm going to put it over my creation here. Pansy got away. I'm going to stick him right there. I'm going to take my hammer and I'm just going to start. I don't have to do it hard. But I don't know if you can see, I can see color starting to come through my paper towel. I can smell some of these too. Rhubarb has quite a strong smell. When I pound on the rhubarb, I can smell it. Got to make sure that you pound all the places. Anywhere that you put any plants, I put plants everywhere. Oh, we got a little flower here trying to escape. Put him back on there. Now, I'm pretty sure if you do this with like a white handkerchief or something like that over the top, that would work too. You can see the yellow dandelions coming through. You can see the pink poppy petals coming through. Something down here that is brown. All right, well, I think that's enough pounding. Shall we look and see what happened? It kind of looks like a mess. Shake the paper towel is kind of cool. All those colors from the plants. Let's take some of these pounded plants off of the paper. See if the colors came through on the paper. Hey, come back here, dogs. Oh, this dog's always running. Chasing rabbits. Nice guy. All right, go on. Well, there's my hammered plant picture. I kind of like it. I know yours is going to look very different than mine though, because you will have different plants and you'll hit the hammer different places. So it's going to look very different. But I kind of had fun doing that activity. I hope you have fun doing it too. I miss you guys so much. I'm glad it's a beautiful day and we can go out and see the sun and maybe pick some leaves and some flowers to do a pounded picture with. Miss you. Bye.